We're hand painting a tie-dye with a twist. I'm so freaking excited. The twist is going to be that we're going to add a tie-dye section just in transfer foil. I wish I could take credit for this idea and claim it as my own. I absolutely can't though, because the beautiful Emily, the owner and creator behind Texas Tumblers, I saw her do this and I was like, girl, this is so beautiful. Can I please remake this? Do you mind if I do a tutorial on it? And she was so sweet. So thank you, Emily, for allowing me to show your method on my YouTube. It's so beautiful. I will link her information in the description of the video, just in case you guys want to go follow her. She does incredible work. So I'm starting off by dividing my cup in half. I don't want to do the tie-dye on the whole cup because on the back side of the cup, I think I want to do like a floral vinyl or something like that. So we're just gonna do half of the tumbler, okay? And you're gonna wanna start off by creating that swirl that you saw me create. If you're nervous and you don't want your line to show through, which it won't in the end, but you can use a pencil to draw your little swirl. But I'm going to do so many coats over this pink, it's not gonna be visible. This is a very trust the process tumbler. I promise. There's gonna be moments where you're gonna be looking at this and you're gonna be like, what's going on? Why does this look like ringworm? But I promise it's gonna turn out so cute in the end. So a tip that I can give you for tie-dye is the more little spikes, like the pointier your little spikes are, the better. The better your tie-dye is gonna look in the end. So I like to start in the center. If you guys notice, I put my brush in the center and then brush the stroke out. The reason I do that is because when you first put your paintbrush down, it creates like a thicker imprint. So when you drag it out, the last point that your brush touches is the most pointy, skinny one. And that's the one, those are the ones I want to intertwine as colors. It just gives your tie-dye such a beautiful effect. So if you want to get that pointy spike look, make sure you start in the center and then drag your points out to either side. Normally on a tie-dye, you would want to do more than 2 colors. You would want to do 3, 4, maybe even 5 colors. But the reason I am only doing 2 colors of paint is because after I epoxy this, I'm going to come back over this and I am going to do transfer foil as a color. So that's going to actually create a 3-color tie-dye. But normally you would definitely want more than 2 colors. So what all you have to do is follow that swirl that you created, okay? And I know that right now you can see the line that I drew, but don't worry. We're gonna do one more coat over the pink and that's gonna completely cover it. You won't be able to see that line. It will not be visible. But like I mentioned before, you guys can mark that with a pencil if you want to. I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the purple. I'm going to start in the center and drag out the little spikes into the pink. You want to make sure that they're intertwined, that they are touching, that some spikes are longer than others, but you want to make it very visible that they are, it is intertwining with the pink. That's what's going to give you that flawless tie-dye look. And baddies, if there has ever been a time for you to trust me, right now is that moment, because I know this is looking crazy. I know this cup is looking wild. And I know that it's very much a trust the process cup. But when you see how it's gonna look in the end, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm sorry I doubted you. I won't lead you astray, I promise. But what I do want to tell you guys is I want to get into the habit of sometimes making my videos a little bit shorter, because I know you guys are busy and I know sometimes you guys want to learn a method and get on with your day. And so sometimes I'm going to try to take out things that are unnecessary. I don't always have to show you how to prep the cup. You guys already know stuff like that. I don't always have to show the epoxy process. You guys already know that. I do also have tutorials on the epoxy process itself. So I feel like sometimes if you're in a hurry and you just want to look up how to paint a tie-dye, you want to get there and like get straight to the point. You don't want to watch through a whole bunch of basic stuff to get to the hand painting part. So I'm trying to make my videos very convenient for you so that you just boom, Google it, and then bam, you get right to what you want to learn. So today I am not going to finish the other side of this cup or finish the entire cup as a design. I'm only going to show you how you're going to achieve the hand painted tie-dye with the foil detailing on it. And I can't wait to see you guys make your own because this is going to be so beautiful. But if you are curious what I'm going to do on the backside, I'm going to do a pattern vinyl that matches the colors I choose and probably just put a cute baddie decal on it or something like that. Excuse me, guys, I'm still recovering from being sick and my voice doesn't want to cooperate with me. I think that's why my ratchetness is toned down today. So once my purple dries, I'm going to go over that pink and do one more coat. This is my final coat of pink. Now, once again, guys, trust the process. Normally, I would never only do 2 colors on a tie-dye, but I'm leaving a huge space where the purple is. That's why you see the purple be a lot wider than the pink. That's because I have to leave room for my foil, okay? But this is super important, and I did learn this the hard way. I tried to do the foil directly over the tie-dye, and it just did not, the foil did not come out as smoothly. It did not come out as beautiful. I got the best result when I epoxied. When I epoxied over my tie-dye and then did the foils, that's when I got the best results. So let's get these under epoxy. We'll do a quick little time lapse. I'm gonna get these under epoxy and then we're gonna come back once they are 100% dry and cure, and we're gonna start with our foil, which is the part that is going to absolutely blow your mind. You're gonna wanna use a skinny paintbrush like the one you see me doing here, and you wanna use Tack It. Mod Podge is not gonna work the same. You need to use Tack It. It's the best glue for this method. And I know it's hard for you to see because the glue is transparent, but I am creating that same spiky pattern in between the pink and the purple, and that is where I'm gonna put my foil. Now, the difference between hand painting with the paints and painting with glue is that you wanna do section by section. So I did a small section, I heated it up with my blow dryer and I dried it. Then I put the foil over it. I did a little more hot air. And then I'm gonna take a paper towel. The reason I rub it in with a paper towel is because you know how sometimes you scratch your butt or you pick your nose and your fingers are greasy? When you try to rub over that foil, you're gonna drag it because it's gonna stick to the oils on your fingers and you might mess up what you're trying to do. So just to be safe, use a paper towel. But as you can see, I am just going section by section and I'm basically doing the exact same thing I did with the paints, except I am doing it with the glue. And you're gonna get a better result if you do section by section. Foils can be kind of tricky, and if you try to do the entire thing and then place the foil sheet on top, sometimes it sticks in a section before you were ready, and then when you pull it up, you didn't get the result you wanted. So I just feel like I'm more in control when I'm doing section by section, and it also shows me that, okay, yes, I like the way I'm doing my paint strokes, and if I don't like something, it gives me enough time to switch it up because I didn't do the whole entire cup. This part didn't take as long as you would think. It took me about, I wanna say 15 to 20 minutes, so don't think that this is very time consuming or anything like that. It's really not. And I feel like this is adding such a beautiful little touch to the tie-dye. And not to mention, I'm using this beautiful foil that's like a rainbow holographic-y color shift, and it is so beautiful. There is so much transfer foil out there. There's leopard. I mean, you can use so many color combinations. You can switch up the colors of your tie-dye. Once you get this method down, the possibilities are, and look how beautiful that looks. I'm so glad I have the opportunity to show you guys this because I am in love with how this turned out. Now, I got my transfer foils from Two Moms Craft Shack. I will absolutely link them in the description. I do have a discount code that you can use, and I just want to tell you that they have a very large selection. So if you are wanting to save money, then close your eyes because they have so many to choose from. You also can get foils at Hobby Lobby. They have a very limited amount. They have usually like 3 or 4 options to choose from. You can also get some on Amazon, but I mostly get mine from Two Moms Craft Shack. This one that I'm using is from their website. I like that beautiful holographic shift. I think it just gives the cup such a beautiful, it just gives it what it needed. But I basically just continue this method all the way around until I'm done, and I do it section by section. Took me about 15 to 20 minutes, and I am completely enamored with how this turned out. I love it so much. I seriously had to stop myself from just going in with more foils, but I love this, and I hope that you love it too. I hope this tutorial was easy for you to follow along. Here is one that I did without epoxy on it, and as you can see, the foil comes on a little less smooth and it's a little more spotty, so I definitely recommend doing it over epoxy to get more of a flawless look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a like and leave me a comment. Let me know what you would like to see me teach next, and I will see you guys next Saturday. Mwah! Besitos!